Well, one thing's for sure, Chelsea definitely want to sign a striker this summer. Yo, what's going on, friends? How's it going? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan, and I do hope you lot are all doing well. My friends, namaste, welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here, of course, where I talk about what's being said in the rags about the Blues. Wait, is that English? Where I reflect on publications talking about Chelsea, something like that. Anyway, yeah. Today I'm going to be citing an article from the Daily Express of all publications to talk about what they have to say regarding Erling Haaland, Roman Abramovich, the potential transfer this summer, and Chelsea generally. It's important, it's topical. Chelsea massively want a centre forward with the exiting Olivier Giroud and potentially sold Tammy Abraham. More on that in another video. But will it be Erling Haaland? Find out today, or find out what this article's saying at least. Strap yourselves in, subscribe. Hey, only if you want to, but if you choose to do so, hit the bell notifications icon because there's daily content here, of course, and you can keep updated when you have the bell switched on. If you want to show a little bit of love and support, feel free to drop a like on the video as we get into today's story. Right, Erling Haaland talked about as the hottest property in world football, probably alongside Kylian Mbappe, although he's gone through a little dry spell, certainly by his standards. 6 games for club and country without a goal, maybe even 7 now, including yesterday's game, which certainly is a barren run for Erling Haaland, but it looks like in the Champions League, when they got eliminated by Manchester City, that he was lacking a little bit of service maybe. But then you think, ooh, would he be lacking service at Chelsea Football Club currently as we play under Thomas Tuchel with this current tactical setup? Yes, probably. Which caused me a little bit of concern. Anyway, we know for a fact Chelsea are very interested in Erling Haaland, of course, something that I've reported on multiple times here on Football Therapy. We've heard it from certain athletic journalists and others too, that Chelsea tried to sign Erling Haaland before he went to Dortmund, but they weren't happy with his wage demands. They are now. And reportedly they're very interested in getting him again, although of course his price tag is a gargantuan 150 million euros, and that's before you're adding the Mino Raiola stuff on top. Right, there's a decent amount of information to cite from this article, so I'm going to take you through it step by step, giving you my opinion on it, and then talking about strikers generally. So strap yourselves in and let's get into it. Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich decided Erling Haaland will be too expensive to sign this summer. According to reports, Abramovich has previously been reported as making it his mission to sign the Borussia Dortmund sensation Haaland at the end of this season. However, the latest rumours claim a move to Stamford Bridge is unlikely for the Norway international. So yes, up until recently, all reports indicated that Roman Abramovich was making it his sort of personal mission to get this striker. He wanted him, like he wanted Kai Havertz, like he wanted Eden Hazard. So we thought, oh, this is only going one way, and Chelsea should be an attractive proposition for Haaland. But, you know, things don't always work out the way you want. Let's read on. Haaland is attracting transfer interest from a host of Europe's top clubs. Manchester United and Manchester City are keen, as are La Liga giants Real Madrid and Barcelona. Dortmund value the player around £130 million, brackets 150 million euro, with his release clause of £65 million not becoming active until the following summer. Chelsea are in the market for a striker, with Olivier Giroud's contract expiring and Tammy Abraham out of favour under Thomas Tuchel. So yeah, that's another thing for sure. We know Roman Abramovich did really want Erling Haaland should he be able to get him, and we absolutely know Chelsea want a striker. Like I said at the top of the video, Giroud on the way out, Tammy Abraham out of favour, may even force a move depending on the situation, which actually leaves Chelsea with two strikers that neither of them are really centre forwards number 9s, and that is in the shape of Timo Werner, who kind of plays as a left forward, and Kai Havertz, who very much is a false 9, which is great the way we're playing at the moment. You could play him there, you could play Mason Mount there. But is that really the long-term solution? Because Chelsea probably need a gunman to bury 25 Premier League goals if there's a challenge for the title, maybe? Let's read on. But Ian McGarry of the Transfer Window podcast says Abramovich has decided the entire cost of the deal for Haaland is just too much for the London club. McGarry said, quote, "It is our information that Chelsea will prioritise the signing of a striker in the next window. And by that I mean an actual number 9, something they are slightly short of in terms of strikers who achieve goal tallies, which is to be expected of a club to challenge for major trophies. So is it going to be Erling Haaland? Well, our information coming from our sources, who are very senior at the club, is that Haaland is basically too expensive. Remember, Chelsea spent £230 million on players in the last 18 months. True, Chelsea have spent a lot, but they generated a lot of money as well. People forget the narrative of Morata money, Hazard money, not spending for an entire year because of the transfer ban, general revenue coming up, and then, spending money because they were due it. So Chelsea are still balancing the books well, to the point where they thought they could still buy a really expensive Erling Haaland, but perhaps not that expensive. Let's keep going. The quote goes on. Haaland would cost around 150 million euros in transfer fee, and then you've got the wages to include, and also commission for both Mino Raiola, his agent, and his father, Alfinger Haaland, which could take the entire package over the course of the 5-year contract to somewhere between 350 million or 400 million. So you're looking at twice the budget Chelsea paid for 5 new players in the last 12 months for one single player. Right, so these obviously are gargantuan figures they're plucking out of the air of how much Haaland would cost Chelsea. I mean, Haaland's going to cost someone a lot of money because he's a sort of proven goal machine, and that comes at a premium in world football. Sure, fine, I get it. But are those numbers accurate? Is his source at Chelsea really that senior and legitimate? Do we trust him? I mean, Mino Raiola himself came out with like a little video gif thing saying all of these reports are fake regarding the sort of demanded wages and agent fees and stuff. But of course he's going to say that. I mean, if it's fake, he's going to say that. It might be, slightly better, or it might be worse. Regardless, he's just going to say fake because he doesn't want people knowing any of his business out in the media anyway. Let's read on. Earlier this month, Haaland's agent Raiola met with Barcelona and Real Madrid officials to discuss a potential transfer. But Raiola has also stated Dortmund are not keen on selling the player this year. Quote, "I can confirm I was in Dortmund for talks," Raiola told Sport 1. Michael Zorc made it clear to us that BVB do not want to sell Haaland this summer. I respect that opinion, but that does not automatically mean I agree. BVB are clear in their view. We are okay with that. It's also speculated that qualifying for the Champions League would be massive. If Haaland doesn't play in the Champions League next season, who knows, he might put in a transfer request and be like, come on guys, you didn't qualify for the Champions League, I did my bit, I scored the goals, you couldn't keep the clean sheets, we haven't qualified, let me go, Funny, isn't it? Mino Raiola going up to the club Dortmund saying, let's sell him, let's make me loads of money. And they're like, no, he's our player. We don't want to sell him. He's not going. And then he's just like, I respect your opinion, but we're going to sell him. The truth is, there's lots going on here. I don't think clubs generally can afford him at the moment at these rates, if they are true. And Bayern Munich have recently come out and said, you know what? If no one buys him this summer, which is ruddy likely, we're pretty confident we're going to get him next summer for the buyout clause, which is 65 million, half. Half? Yeah, half. And if you think about it, it kind of makes you sick because it makes sense. He'll go to Bayern Munich, win loads of trophies for a while, probably be the successor to Robert Lewandowski, who's going to be, swimming a little bit more down into his 30s. Yeah, it just happens, doesn't it? They just buy Dortmund players and it just happens. And the way they're talking, they're like, we got this. We'll give him the wages if we can get him for that fee, and we got this. And maybe they do got this. He's already proven he can eat up the Bundesliga. He's so young, he's 20. Maybe he'll fancy that for another 4, the length of a contract, like 4 years, and then go to Real Madrid or whatever. I don't know. It's difficult, and as things transpire, even if he puts in maybe like a transfer request, I can see him saying, I can see them selling Jadon Sancho because of his contract situation and making money out of him, albeit they'll probably make less money than what Man United offered last summer, Possibly. It's pretty heavy, but Chelsea want a striker. So where does this leave them? They want to buy a centre forward, a proper number 9, a focal point down the middle striker, bully defenders, score goals. So people are thinking of options. Firstly, people have said things like Lautaro Martinez, obviously a very talented striker, but not the numbers gunman that his partner Romelu Lukaku is, who of course has also been linked back to Chelsea more as a sort of speculative narrative rather than any actual concrete links. Proven goal scorer in his prime. Conte would absolutely hate that, of course, because he tried so hard to get him to Chelsea, finally got him to his club at Inter, and for the club, Chelsea, to bring him back after, he had the lawsuit with us and stuff. He would hate that. There's more alternatives linked to us, of course, like the likes of Belotti. That's right, the Italian Torino striker has been linked to the Blues as well for a lot less than his buyout clause, because he'll be going into the last year of his contract. And I even spoke about it on yesterday's video. I'd urge you to check it out if you haven't watched. But Harry Kane, again, no links to Chelsea, but people saying, look, if he wants to stay in London, if he wants to try another club that wins trophies, why wouldn't you go to Chelsea? It's not quite him, defecting to Arsenal, so maybe it could happen. I think it would cost too much money still, much like Haaland, although perhaps the agent fees and the wage demands and all that kind of stuff wouldn't be as silly. Chelsea want a proven gunman, so get down in the comment section below and tell me, who do you think Chelsea would sign or should sign this summer in the transfer window? I'm interested in reading your thoughts, feelings and opinions on the big story. Obviously, keep it locked to Football Therapy every single day, and I'll keep you posted on all developments and all stories regarding the Blues here on Chelsea News. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, my friends. Drop a like on the video. That's it. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I love me, baby.